when you're coming out of a divorce and you have to reflect on who you are, I was doing this to him, and it was like, well, wait a minute, what did you do, and what part did you have in the marriage?
Correct.
So I've went through that. But the last straw was just the lot of shenanigans, that's not honest and not being, one-on-one.
In a rare and emotional moment, LisaRaye McCoy broke down. Not over fame, not over career drama, but over her daughter, Kai. With her voice shaking, LisaRaye went live asking fans to pray. At first, no one knew, but those close to her say it's been building up for a while. The kind of pain that's quiet at first until it explodes. This isn't just a mother worried about her child. This is a mother coming to terms with a goodbye she never saw coming. Kai, her only daughter, her ride or die, has made a major life decision to leave the country. LisaRaye is left trying to make peace with a chapter closing, and it's not just painful, it's life-changing. Before we get into the emotional storm that had LisaRaye breaking down publicly, let's talk about the foundation. The deep, unshakable bond between LisaRaye and her only daughter, Kai.
I don't know what role she really played in his life. I just know that I've seen her a couple of times, in places that she shouldn't have been.
LisaRaye had Kai when she was just 23 years old. At that time, LisaRaye wasn't yet the Hollywood name she is now. She was grinding, working odd jobs, chasing modeling gigs, and slowly carving her way into the entertainment industry. But from the moment Kai was born, everything shifted. LisaRaye didn't just become a mother, she became committed. She made it clear early on that no role, no paycheck, no red carpet mattered more than her baby girl. She often talked about turning down opportunities if they interfered with raising Kai. Even at the height of her fame, during the Players Club era and later as the First Lady of Turks and Caicos, LisaRaye made sure she wasn't missing out on being a present mom. Her daughter was always the priority. And Kai didn't take that for granted. In past interviews and on social media, she's called LisaRaye her queen, her warrior, and her biggest cheerleader. That wasn't just for show. Whether it was award shows, fashion events, or casual outings, the two were often side by side. From the outside, it looked like an unbreakable mother-daughter team. But here's the thing. No bond, no matter how strong, is perfect. And as Kai got older, stepped into adulthood, and started finding her own voice, things started to shift. But as we all know, what's seen in public isn't always what's happening behind closed doors. Despite all the love, whispers of tension started to bubble up. Like moments where LisaRaye would comment on Kai's choices with that classic concerned mama energy. But over time, it started feeling a little heavier. Was LisaRaye trying to guide, or was she holding on too tight? Kai had stepped into the spotlight herself, building her own identity as a model, influencer, and creative. She wasn't just LisaRaye's daughter anymore. She was Kai, and she wanted the space to grow on her own terms. But LisaRaye's love is rooted in protection. She's from the south side of Chicago, raised around real struggle and sharp instincts. So when Kai started navigating public life, the industry, and relationships, LisaRaye's mama bear mode kicked in hard. Insiders say the two began butting heads over career choices, romantic relationships, and even motherhood. That last one hit differently because Kai is now a mother herself, and LisaRaye may have struggled to find her role in this new chapter of their lives. It wasn't about jealousy or ego, it was about a mom trying to protect her child. But that child was no longer a child. She was a woman, and she wanted her own lane, even if it meant moving away from the one person who had been her constant. But everything came to a head when Kai made one life-altering decision to move overseas. Sources close to the family say it wasn't a casual trip. Kai had been preparing for this move quietly, thinking through how it would affect her career and her child. But what she may not have anticipated was how hard it would hit LisaRaye. When Kai broke the news, LisaRaye was reportedly blindsided, not because she didn't want Kai to succeed, but because she felt like she was losing her daughter for real this time. The idea of having her baby girl living across an ocean shook her, and it wasn't just about distance. LisaRaye feared what it meant. Her publicist later confirmed that LisaRaye was heartbroken over the news, and that emotional live moment where she asked for prayers wasn't just about missing Kai, it was about the fear that the bond they built all those years could start slipping through her fingers. But to truly understand LisaRaye's pain, we need to look at where she came from and what she was trying so desperately to protect Kai from.
I gave it to her straight because my thing is this. When you're a woman and you grown, let's handle it like a woman. Let's talk face to face and let's get it out.
LisaRaye's love didn't come out of nowhere. It was born from pain, the kind that leaves marks you can't always see, the kind that shapes how you move, how you trust, and how you raise your kids. She grew up on the south side of Chicago in a single-parent household. Her mother, Katie McCoy, did everything she could to keep things together. But money was tight and stability was always just out of reach. LisaRaye saw things early in life that most kids shouldn't. There were times when love felt conditional, when support felt like it had to be earned. Her father, David Ray McCoy, was a prominent businessman, but his presence in her life was complicated. He wasn't always around in the ways a young girl needs her dad to be, and when he was tragically LisaRaye was left carrying emotional scars that would follow her into adulthood. She talked about always feeling the need to prove herself, to be perfect, to be seen, to be respected. That survival mindset became her foundation. So when she had Kai, she wasn't just raising a daughter, she was rewriting her own story. She wanted to give Kai the love, safety, and structure she didn't always have. But sometimes that love got intense. LisaRaye admits she clung tightly, probably too tightly at times. She overcorrected. All those years of feeling alone, overlooked, and hurt made her vow that Kai would never feel that. She poured everything into her: time, protection, opportunities. She watched her daughter like a hawk because she knew what the world could do to a young black girl unprotected. But in trying to protect Kai from her own trauma, LisaRaye may have built a cage instead of a shelter. But sometimes the very love we use to protect becomes the thing that pushes others away.
So that's why for me it's like, hold on now, you know we had a conversation about this. Come talk to me. And here's the thing. Don't make me do it with the receipts, don't make me do it.
For Kai, this move wasn't just about changing scenery, it was about reclaiming her identity, becoming her own woman on her own terms. Being LisaRaye's daughter comes with perks, but it also comes with pressure. The public sees you a certain way, expects certain things, and even though Kai has love for her mom, she needed room to breathe. She wanted a calmer life, one where her own child could grow up without the weight of celebrity drama or constant attention. Kai became a mother herself not long ago, and that shifted everything. She started to look at life differently. She wanted to raise her child in an environment that felt peaceful, grounded, and real, not wrapped up in the expectations of Hollywood or her mother's legacy. Professionally, too, Kai was carving her own path. She had creative ambitions, all things that required space and mental clarity, and she couldn't get that while living in her mother's world under her mother's rules. So she made a decision. She packed up and she left. And even though she knew it would hurt her mom, she felt she had to choose herself. And while LisaRaye tried to keep a brave face publicly, behind the scenes, her world was quietly falling apart. In a raw and unfiltered live stream, LisaRaye did something she rarely does. She let her walls down. With tears streaming down her face and her voice cracking, she looked into the camera and asked for prayers. Not for herself, for Kai. She didn't go into full detail, but the pain was obvious. The silence between words, the trembling in her voice, it said more than she ever could. She was hurting, not from scandal or drama, but from the kind of heartbreak only a parent can understand. The feeling that the one person who's always been by your side might be slipping away. Privately, LisaRaye confided in friends that she felt abandoned, like she was being left behind in a way she hadn't prepared for. She told one close friend, "She's the only one who's never left me." And now, that emotional safety net was gone. That breakdown wasn't just about sadness. It was about fear. fear of losing connection, fear of not knowing how to support her daughter without being in control. In the weeks that followed, LisaRaye began taking steps to heal. She started therapy, something she once brushed off in the past. She leaned heavily on her sister, Debrat, who knows what it's like to work through complex family dynamics. She also started pulling away from certain commitments, rethinking her future, her location, and how she wants to show up as a mother moving forward. There's even talk that she's considering relocating. Maybe not across the ocean, but somewhere quieter, somewhere she can process everything privately. But even as the world rallied behind her, others began to ask, did LisaRaye's controlling love contribute to this emotional rift?
But I knew I was gonna get them good TV anyway, so.
Oh no, you're great television. And even, listen, and you're so transparent because even the FaceTime call to Kai, your daughter, you learning obviously through him about the termination of the pregnancy, and just seeing how emotional you got. What was going on in y'all relationship at that time to where she didn't feel the need to share that with you?
I think it's just a mama-daughter relationship. You know, if she hadn't found her way through life yet and figured out what she wanted to do. So she wasn't in school, she wasn't working, she wasn't doing any of that. And then to come home and say, I'm pregnant, would make any mama go, what? What part of the game is this? You know what I mean? And I did the same thing with my mother. I never told my mother when I got pregnant and terminated a pregnancy. So I didn't feel bad that, oh, she didn't tell me. It wasn't that at all. I was glad that she handled her business. I look at my granddaughter now and my tears.
The moment LisaRaye broke down, the internet lit up. Within hours, her comment section was flooded. Fans rushed in with love, sending prayers and sharing personal stories of strained family ties. One fan wrote, LisaRaye, I'm praying for you and your baby girl. No pain. Another shared, this reminds me of when my daughter left home. Sometimes love means giving them space. People saw themselves in her tears, and they responded with compassion. But not everyone was sympathetic. Some critics didn't hold back. They pointed to LisaRaye's past, how she's talked about being a strict, no-nonsense mother. Some even said she used guilt to keep Kai close. One person commented, love her, but she's gotta realize Kai is grown. You can't protect your child by controlling them. Another wrote, this isn't about abandonment. This is about not letting go when it's time. It sparked real conversations, especially among Black families, about how generational parenting can sometimes feel like emotional pressure. The idea that love equals control, that protecting your child can turn into holding them back. Now, the question we're all left with is, where do they go from here? Insiders close to the family say LisaRaye is in a place of serious reflection. She's been quiet, not posting as much, not doing as many appearances, and that's not just coincidence. She's focused on healing, really sitting with the pain, the silence, and what this distance from Kai means. Therapy has helped her realize that love doesn't always mean holding tight. It can also mean standing back. Kai, on her side, is still building her life. She's said to be doing well, focused on motherhood, on peace, and on living life with less noise. And while she's keeping things private, sources say the love between them hasn't disappeared, it's just shifting. There's hope here that maybe this isn't the end, that they can find a new way to relate. But as two grown women learning to understand each other, maybe for the first time. And honestly, that kind of bond can be even stronger. One built not on expectation or fear, but on respect, space, and the choice to stay connected, not the obligation. Because sometimes the most powerful act of love is letting go and trusting they'll find their way back. Our hearts go out to LisaRaye and Kai during this emotional time. If you've ever had to say goodbye to someone you love, even just for a season, you know how real this pain is. Drop a heart in the comments for LisaRaye. And if you've been through something similar, share your story. You never know who might be reading and find comfort in your words, because healing starts with connection. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more powerful celebrity stories that go beyond the headline.